The City of Angels. I love every moment, man. I'm enjoying myself. I just got back from vacation, so I'm having a great time. You know when you got that vacation swag? You know, you still got that thing, you know? You still feel loose, you feel relaxed. I went to Bali on vacation, yeah? Out in Indonesia, yeah? If you've never been, make a plan and get out there. It's an amazing place. I went out with some of my friends, learned a few things about myself as a person. Most important thing I learned is somebody needs to invent a TripAdvisor specifically for black people, right? No, because just generally I find that what white people want to do on vacation is what black people are trying to escape. And not in a bad way, it's just like we want different things out of life, you know? Like my white friends are always inviting me camping, for instance, always. Like with enthusiasm, we're like, Trevor, you want to go camping, dude? I'm like, why? Why? It's like, dude, what do you mean why? It's amazing, you're kidding me? It's like no water, no electricity, you know? It's just like us in the great outdoors. You gotta like take a dump in the hole in the floor or something, dude. I'm like, yeah, that was my life. That was me growing up. You know how hard I worked to never go camping again? Every day I wake up in my bed and I'm like, thank God I'm not camping. If my family saw pictures of me camping, they would be devastated. My grandmother saw me out in the woods, she'd be like, oh, what happened to Trevor? Oh, I thought he was successful. Oh, it must be the crack. I want to go camping. So I went with my friends to Bali. They planned the trip. And before we went, I asked my friend, I was like, yo, Mitch, what are we going to be doing? And he was like, dude, don't ask questions, Trevor. It's just going to be a great time. I was like, yeah, I want to know what the great time is going to be about. He's like, dude, don't ask questions. I should have asked questions. Because we had fun. But the trip, like there were a few things that were weird that I wouldn't necessarily do on my own. For instance, on the third day of the trip, right, we had what was planned, what was built in our itinerary as an authentic Balinese experience. Right? That's what they called it, an authentic Balinese experience. And what they did was, they woke us up at 5 a.m., put us in a little bus, and we drove for like 3 hours. And when we got there, get out of the bus, we're like in the middle of it, it's like a remote village, and the little tour guide, really happy, way too happy for that time, and he's just like, welcome everybody, are you ready for a good time? And I'm like, yay. And so he's like, my name is Deng Basan, and I'm going to be your guide. Today, you will have an authentic Balinese experience. So exciting, follow me. And so we follow him, and he walks up to a little door, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like a temple or a cave or something. And he's like, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the real Bali. And he opens the door into somebody's house. This is not a museum house, this is just a house. Like someone lives there every single day. He opens the door, and he's like, this is the home of someone in Bali. He eats here. He sleeps here. I'm like, does he know we're here? Because like we didn't knock. Nobody answered the door. For all I know, we're breaking and entering right now. We're in some weird Balinese gang. I don't know how this works. And as I'm about to ask the question, he turns and he's like, over here you can see the owner of the house. He's in the corner. And we turn and there's a man the whole time. He was just sitting there, frozen stiff. And now I'm like, is this guy part of this? I don't know if we should be doing this or should not be doing this. And Deng Basan turns to me, starts speaking to him in Balinese. He's like, Tengrawada Sangaraka. He's like, Tiwara. Okay, you can touch anything. And so I'm like, oh no, I don't think we should. Before I can even finish, the people in our tour group were like, yeah, touch it all. Oh my God, touch it all. Oh my God, does he sleep here? Oh wow, is this where he eats? Oh my God, I can never do this. Oh my God, excuse me, thank you so much for having us. Oh my God, I appreciate my life so much more right now. Thank you so much, this is horrible. Can we take a selfie? Thank you, are you on Instagram? I'll just put hashtag the man, thank you, oh my God. So I'm really awkward right now, right? Because this is like something culturally I'm not supposed to be doing. Right? As an African person, I should not be in somebody's house rummaging through their life. So I'm standing in the corner, really uncomfortable. And the owner of the house, he's really accommodating, he's friendly. You know, he's like, yes, thank you, enjoy, thank you. And then he turns and he looks at me. And this was one of the most magical moments, right? Because he was smiling at everyone else, and his face completely changed when he turned. He was a little hospitable, he's like, yes, thank you. And with his eyes, he proceeded to have the most in-depth conversation with me that I've ever had. And it's not like the eyes conversation was new to me. Like you can have an eyes conversation with anyone you have a connection with. You know what I'm talking about? Like it could be somebody of the same race when you're in public. It could be like a husband and wife. Like wives are really good at having eyes conversations. Like they'll shit on you hard. Like you'll be in public together, and then you'll say something off. You'll be like, oh, if only she did that, and she'll be like, oh hell no, I cannot believe you said all of. But it's just eyes. I cannot believe you said all of that. Wait until the next. Oh, you want to air our dirty laundry out in public? Oh, you're gonna see how this is gonna end up. Oh, you say this and enjoy this moment right now, because you know it's over. And you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. All with eyes, right? That's what he did to me. Because one minute he's smiling at everybody, and then he turns and he looks at me, and just with these eyes, he was like, what are you doing here? And so with my eyes, I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was your house. They said it was an authentic experience, that's why I came. He's like, yeah, authentic for white people. You got your own poor, go back to where you came from. I said, yeah, I shouldn't be here, man. I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. So I left. I go outside. About 15 minutes later, everyone's done with their poverty porn, so they come and join me.